Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Jen, and it's Mermay! Yay! Or maybe not if you don't like mermaids, and I'm sorry if you don't, because I think there'll be 31 days of mermaids. But, you know, it's Mermay and it gives me something to draw, because I can't think of anything to do. But, so, I found this list. It's got a bunch of fish on it, in different fish types, and like, you know, sharks and fish and stuff like that. So that's what I'm using. And the first one is a koi fish, which, you know, I thought, okay, koi fish, it's orange, white, and red, usually gold, maybe sometimes, you know, black occasionally. But, so I thought I would give her tail, when I get to that point, a, you know, color like a koi fish, but I haven't gotten there yet. So why am I talking about that? I have no idea. But, so, this is Clip Studio because I'm trying to use it, and it's got so much stuff in it, I don't even know half the stuff it does. I really don't. I should learn better. I should watch some more tutorials or something, you know, but I need to watch tutorials about how to use Mudblocks and other stuff too first. But, and how to do stuff with the 3D printer. You know, any modifications I need done on it. But, so, like I said, it's a mermaid. It's going to sort of be based on a koi fish, very, very loosely. And yeah, okay, you can see breasts, but there's no nipples, you know, because they're covered with scales. I'm assuming that's what I'm gonna do, I guess, to see, you know, to cover up breasts that, you know. Well, I'm not getting into this discussion again that I've had many times in the past, where it's a human body, you know, we all have a body. But anyway, so I'm using a oil paint brush, I think, an oil paint flat brush is what it's called officially, and then blending them with ones of that so the colors blend together. I could use the brush that I really like my favorite brush, which it has a name, but it's in Japanese, I think. It looks like Japanese, could be Chinese, I don't know. I don't read either of them. I don't know the name of it, but I'm not using it this time, even though I do like it. I'm just using an oil paint brush to try to maybe get like a very kind of loose kind of look. Because these mermaids aren't going to probably be finished, because drawing one a day, to get them all finished, that's almost impossible unless I got up at like 5 in the morning, and even then, I don't think it's gonna happen, you know. So, I'm gonna try to get the mermaids done. Well, not done, but colored at least, or even just rough colored sketches. Probably just be rough colored sketches, really. 31 days of rough colored sketches of mermaids. That's what it's gonna be. But it's still art. You're using your hands to do things. But in the moment, we'll talk about what I'm doing, because I should be talking about what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm just shading the head, and the light is coming from the top right again, which it's not my fault. It's not actually, I didn't choose it. This is I got the post from a reference photo, and then added a tail to it, because I don't have swimming photos of me, because I know how to swim, I just don't swim, especially right now, because the water's fucking freezing, probably. I mean, if you go into the North Sea, which is where we usually go, like the beaches on the North Sea, it's cold. In the summer, it's okay, but right now, it'll probably be really cold, because it's raining out, so that'd be really cold, because it's only the 1st of May, yeah, so it's gonna be cold, because it is cold, and the wind and the rain, and I mean, I know some people like swimming in the cold, but not me. I'm not a mermaid. It would be cool to have a tail, or to have a mermaid and stuff like that, but I'm not a mermaid, you know. But I'd rather be a dragon. If I had to pick any mythical animal, it would be a dragon. That's what I would be. I'd want to be a dragon. Hence the name Fuzzy Dragons, you know. But you know, there's a story to that, which I've told, maybe tell again in the future. I don't know. If you notice my voice is cracking, it's because I just have a dry throat. Maybe I should take a drink. Maybe that'll help. Let's find out. Did it help? Maybe. Not really sure. But I'm just adding various browns and, you know, to this thing. It's not very exciting. It's a speed paint, you know. It's just me sped up about 200 because I'm very slow digitally. I'm shockingly slow digitally, really. Oh, right, traditionally I can work fast. I think it's because I had more than like 30 years doing traditional work. I can do it fast. Digital work, I'm relatively new to, so I'm still learning and still a bit slow. So that's why these are sketches. And why a lot of the digital work on my channel, if it's not like give me a week to do it, a lot of it is just really rough because I need a bit of time to do stuff because, like I said, very, very slow. I think the next video will have some slow clips. I'll try to have a clip or two, just like so it's real time, so you can see how slow I actually am. You know, and I'll talk about that, and I'll talk about digital speed paints, which you know are starting to be now a thing on YouTube. Some people don't like them, some people don't like them, some people do like them. It's just hit or miss, really. But you know, I don't mind them personally because I can keep up with what's going on the page, and if people explain what they're doing, even better. If not, well, I just watch what they're doing and just look at the art. But I know some people don't like them. And then on here, I just took the sketch off to see what it looked like. And it looks really odd. It's bald. It needs hair, which I mess up in the end. But hey, you know, it's practice. Practice makes perfect. I don't draw a lot of human hair. Animal fur, yeah. But in scales, yeah. And what else we got? Animals, warts, I guess if it's a frog. Or a toad, I should say. But human hair, not so much. I don't draw a lot of human hair. Even when I took life drawing class in college, I focused mostly on the body rather than the hair, because it's life drawing class. Focus on the body. That's what you're supposed to do, you know. But I maybe should have focused a bit on the hair. Maybe I'll do some. I should probably do some practice on hair. I'm sure I can find some reference photos and stuff just to practice on it. And if not, I can take some of my own and some of John's. You know, some guys' hair and get some photos of girls' hair and stuff like that. And then practice hair. Maybe I'll do that. I should do that. Maybe I'll do some videos after Mermay of just like practicing certain fundamentals like hair and basic shapes. Even though it has been done before, I know it's been done to death, but it'll be good for me to practice. You know, because practice is good. You know, the more varying practice. Don't just practice one damn thing. I mean, you could practice, like, say, drawing horses or mermaids in this case, and perfect that. But then if you go to draw something else, you don't know how to draw it, so you know you're kind of screwed. So varying practice and what you'd use to forward practice is a good idea, you know, rather than just using the same stuff. Which is funny because I'm using the same program I've been using for the last 2 months. But like I said, it's got a lot of stuff to it. I need to explore more what it does. I really do. But you can see how they sketch. The sketch was just done in like a rough pencil, I think. Pretty damn sure that's what it was done in. You know, and I'm just picking up some colors because try to keep the same colors or close to the same colors. And then the shadows, you can use opposite colors if you want. You don't have to. You know, you could just use darker colors of the main color, which I think is what I did here. I don't think I used any opposite colors for the shading. Probably should have, but I didn't. So, you know, don't do my mistakes. You're not supposed to, like, you know, any mistakes. Or actually, I shouldn't admit to any mistakes. That's what it is. It was intentional. I did it on purpose. You know, everything here was planned. No, not really. I have no plan whatsoever for this. I have some basic sketches for Mermay for the first week, and after that, nada. Nothing at all yet. So I really probably should work on that. I really should. But I don't have the time. So I'm really busy, so probably not the best idea to do Mermay, you know. But, hey, I'm gonna try. And even if I just have sketches, you know, that's just like plain basic pencil sketches. I can always work on them like, I can't talk, can never talk. But I can always work on them like some other time. It doesn't have to be specifically Mermay that I draw mermaids. Maybe I should, you know, that's what I'll do. If I end up just drawing all the sketches, I'll take the sketches and maybe if they kind of look okay, do something with them. But at the moment, I have no plans to do much with these besides just practice. That's what I'm doing. This is just a lot of practice for me. That really is, you know. But yeah, so, and then zoom out, hey, you can see the whole thing, and the little koi fish next to her, you know, because she's supposed to be like a koi mermaid, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with it, she's a koi mermaid, you know. Yeah, we'll just sort of go with that, you know, that's why, she doesn't look like a koi fish right now, she just looks like a pale human at the moment, or a slightly dark human, I guess, in some parts. But, and I just added slight details to her face, you know, because like I said, this is just practice. And I just sometimes want to hint at things, which is what I do anyway, usually when I draw, like, traditionally, because I'm a lazy artist. Well, not really. When it comes to, like, colored pencils, I do just take the time and, you know, make it look the way it should. But other stuff, I'm just like, I'm just having fun, and, you know, art should be fun, sort of. Or at least, maybe, if not fun, you should at least enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, then what's the fucking point, really? You know, I don't see the point in that. But I'm just rambling here. I mean, I guess the next few videos, I might actually have some topics to talk about. This first video is just me rambling my ass off and swearing like a pirate, apparently. But that's okay, because that's who I am, and I'm not changing for YouTube. I really don't see the point in that. But I am who I am, and if it's a problem, then it's a problem. But I'm not really caring. It is what it is. Her lips really look really odd. That's the only thing. I'm really bad at drawing lips. Hey, I'll add that to the list of things I should practice, So we got what? Hair, lips, cars, because I'm horrible at cars. I think it's because I'm not a car person. I'm like, if it runs, great. Other than that, I don't care. I really don't care. As long as it runs, I really don't care. So yeah, hair, cars, lips. Noses are okay. I'm not too bad at noses when they're not painted. Drawing them is okay. Hands, maybe hands. Feet. I'm actually better at drawing feet than hands, oddly enough. There's no feet here, though, unfortunately. Just a tail. I mean, I guess I could have made her some kind of, like, odd monster with feet and tail, and, so she can go on land and then sea. I don't know, that look really odd, with fishtail with legs sticking out of it. That would look really freaking odd. That's maybe an idea to explore in the future. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I could do that in the future. I could explore that in the future. But yeah. And her lips look a little better here. She's kind of got a smirk, but it doesn't really show up very well. And, define her nose a little bit more. Her nose is a bit small. I don't know how she breathes properly, but hey, maybe she's had too much plastic surgery and her nose is collapsed. I don't know. I was my hand hitting the desk if you heard that, and that kind of hurt, but that's okay. I gotta stop flinging I'm very animated when I talk. My hands are like going a mile a minute, and that's like, I sometimes hit myself in the face or, in the leg or something, and it hurts, but I keep doing it. I can't stop doing it. I don't know why, and I talk really fast sometimes. Talk so fast sometimes that people can't understand a word I'm saying. But, it's, once again, that's me. I could slow down the audio if I had to. Or you can do that on YouTube, can't you? Yeah, you can do that on YouTube. You can speed it up or slow it down. So hey, that's handy. I don't have to slow it down. Somebody else can do it if they can't understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you give me a topic that I know a lot about to talk about, I will talk your ear off about it. I really will. And I talk really fast. But anyway, so now the tail. The tail is colored beige. Or pale. Is it beige? I know my colors, I just can't think of the name. I think it's beige. We'll go with beige. It's like a light, very light beige, almost not quite white, but it is beige. What the hell am I doing here? I should have edited this. I really don't. What am I doing? Oh, I'm picking colors. That's what I was doing. Because I need to add some shading to her tail so it looks less flat than it does at the moment. Because it just looks really flat, like I said. That's real smart, Jen. It's flat, yeah. We can tell it's flat. You're an idiot, Jen. Oh, I'm not, but it is flat. Well, it's getting a little bit better now. Still need to blend this because it looks a little odd with a pale and then a orange, yellowish stripe and thing. And then I lightly put the fins in. The fins here are really, really light, actually, in the end. I took the sketch away, too. You can't see the sketch for this. I left the sketch, actually, on the face because I wanted a bit of definition on the face. You can kind of, when I took it off, you didn't have any definition. So, in the end, I erased everything but the face sketch, and it works. And see, look, it's not so flat. It's a little flat because it needs to be a bit darker, but it's not as flat as it was before. So we need to add some darker, so we'll add some dark to it in various parts, with a big number 20 oil paint flat brush, which the texture in this is okay for the paintbrush. I mean, painter, like, oh god, is it Corel painter has a better, well, it's got all kinds of brushes that actually really mimic brushes like oil paint and stuff better, but like I said, I'm trying to learn this program. Painter I know how to use on the whole. This one, I'm getting there. I mean, just for the painting part, but the other stuff I haven't even looked into yet. I mean, you can do perspectives, you can do all kinds of crap with it. Like I said, I need to watch some videos when I have the time, if I ever have the time, which probably won't happen because even though I don't really have a job, well, I have a job, I'm self-employed, but like, I just don't have a lot of time. It's not even the dog, because the dog, she's getting old, she sleeps a lot. It's just like trying to be an adult and clean the house, which is going so ever well, but we'll not get into that. But at least this room is almost done. Just need to move a bookshelf in here, and then it's almost done, I think. And then John's got a new computer he's putting together, but a part of it isn't here, so he's annoyed at that, and I don't blame him, because it should have been here yesterday, and it wasn't, and nobody knows where the hell it is, so hopefully it hasn't been nicked, because if it's been nicked, then that's not our problem, but this person who sold it to us problem, because we need to replace it. But we can't do anything for 2 weeks, so we gotta wait on our ass. But anyway, enough complaining for me. Yeah, so like I added dark color. I'm getting distracted because he's cooking me a curry, and all I can smell is like a curry. It's a Madras curry, I think, or something like that. So that's all I can smell. But yeah, so that's dinner. Curry would probably be dinner for tomorrow too, because there'd probably be way too much to eat in one night. I'm not that hungry. I'm hungry, but not that hungry. Because what is it? 6:04 at the moment. Yeah, so that's why he's cooking dinner, and I think he's having hamburgers, chorizo, I think, hamburgers, I think. I don't know why I'm talking about food. I should be talking about this. But hey, I'm just rambling my ass off. Like I said, future videos will have topics. I just didn't even think of a topic for this video. I just thought, hey, I'll just ramble my ass off like normal. But, you know, but I'm trying to talk for 23 minutes, or roughly 20. Oh my freaking hand, I keep it in my hand. Stop waving your hands around, Jen. But yeah, so the fin. Is it a fin? No. Yeah, mermaid tail. Not a freaking fin, it's a tail. Not looking quite as flat at the moment. It looks a little pale, but I wanted it to look a little pale. And then I'm just trying to add like little scales to, you know, her, and so, just so it looks like, you know, well, she's part fish, so she would have scales on her in various parts. Maybe. Not always. You can just design them however the hell you want. But I decided to put little scales on her. And of course, put them on her tail, because her tail is supposed to be a fish tail. Even though you can make all kinds of other different tails. It doesn't have to be a fish tail. You know, as long as it's a tail. Even though I guess technically, traditionally, they are tails like shaped like fish. But I guess you can make any kind of tail if you wanted. You know, I'm trying to think of other animals that go in the water. You can make a platypus tail. Oh, that's a good idea. Platypus mermaid. That's actually a really good idea. What else goes in the water? Capybara, but they've only got like stubby tails, I think, so I don't think that would work. Alligators? Hell yeah, alligators. You can do alligators. I'm just trying to think of other animals that go in the water that you could use for put tails on. Okay, so we got platypus, which like I said is a cool idea. Alligators, well yeah, of course. Capybara, but they don't have much of a tail. Sloths, well no, sloths don't live in the water, but they do on trees and occasionally go in the water. But I'm trying to think, any animal, a lot of animals go in the water really, but they don't live there. I don't think, I mean ducks, birds. There's all kinds of birds you could give tail. I guess you couldn't really swim in the water though with a bird tail. But gosh, okay, I can't think of any more freaking animals that go in the water. That's really sad. I'm looking around the room to see if there's anything that pops into my head. No. Lake living water kind of thing. I don't know. Yes, I'm running out of tails. Even though there's probably more things with tails. If you can think, if you've made it this far, if you can think of other animals that swim in the water with tails, let me know, because I can't think of any. I really can't. But no. So yeah, I'm adding the spots and the markings. You know, very roughly. You know, like calicos. Look, the koi fish do occasionally look like calico cats and all that other stuff like that. Which is quite actually interesting. But so yeah, like reds, browns, blacks, oranges, creams. There's all kinds of colors for koi fish. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. And of course, add a bit of red, you know, spots and scales and stuff, and put red in where the light wouldn't be hitting, and red on her a little bit, because you know she might have some different colored scales on her. I should have actually put some on her face. Maybe that would have been a little bit better too. Just a few small ones on her face, but. Like I said, this is kind of, it's not finished, but it is, we'll call it a color sketch, kind of like a rough color sketch that you could use in the future to paint a little bit finer, or make things a little bit more finished, we'll say. But yeah, it's not finished, and that's okay, but hey. 6 minutes till dinner's done, apparently. Was it 6 or 7? I didn't quite see. 6. No. Yeah. Looking at his fingers like, what? You can't talk, you know. But 6 minutes till dinner. So 6 minutes till my curry is done. Woohoo! I can eat, because my stomach is kind of growling. You might hear it. It was quite loud. It was really loud this morning, and even John was like, it sounds like a car battery. But it actually smells really good, actually. So yeah, so that's alright. So I'm talking about mermaids and my curry dinner. I really needed to like write a script, but I don't, you know, I just can't be bothered because I like talking to on the fly about random stuff, and if somebody doesn't like it, well, that's a problem, I guess, but it's who I am. I do this normally, and I like I said before, I don't want to change because I honestly want to be as, I hate that we're trying to be authentic, but I just want to be who I am, you know, and if it's a problem, it's a problem, and I hope it's not a problem because I'm actually a nice person that just wants to draw random stuff and, you know, occasionally make YouTube videos and just, you know, talk to people about art if on a video or on my blog or on Twitter. You know, yeah, I'm on Twitter quite a lot, so, you know, Twitter's usually open somewhere, so if you want to get a hold of me, Twitter's the best way to get a hold of me, probably. Instagram too, but Twitter's probably the best way to get a hold of me, and or even YouTube if you really need to, but Twitter, I'm on there quite a bit. Even if I don't post for a bit, I am looking at Twitter, which is probably a bit of a problem. Maybe I spend too much time on Twitter, but it's okay. You know, I like Twitter, and it's partly because I don't follow assholes, you know, or, you know, and stuff like that. But I try not to, at least, you know. See, in the hair, you can see the hair here. I've really messed up the hair. I just made like an orange bright blob, really. I really didn't like it, but hey, it's hit or miss. And then now I'm working on the koi fish, just very loosely coloring them because you know, the sketch works, but you need a bit of color because they do need a bit of color. But they look like fish, and they look like her tail, or well, similar to her tail. I do like eventually use blacks and reds and stuff, but they're not detailed fish at all. Very rough looking fish in the end, which is fine because, like I said, this is not a finished piece. This is just me messing around trying to make a mermaid that I can maybe, a mermaid idea that I could maybe in the future use. And if I don't use it in the future, I don't use it, but it's still practiced digitally and using my big tablet that, yay, I've gotten back now that I've got a desk because it wouldn't fit on the dining room table. But yeah, so it's just practice really for me, like I said, and add a bit of color to the fishy. And now I do cheat with the fish. I color this one, and instead of coloring the other one that's there, I just copy and paste this fish and change the direction a little bit because it's not being lazy, it's working smart, because, you know, work smart rather than hard. You know, that's the best thing to do. You can change the shape, you can change the color of this, of the layer and stuff so that it looks maybe slightly different from the original copy that you made, but, you know, it's just easy, and that's not easy, like I said, it's just working easy, because if I was working at like a job, like say just, you try to save time, because the company wants to save money, so the less time you take on something, the more money they make. Anyway, so this is it finished. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the hair, it just looks like an orange mess, but hey, it's hair, sort of. Looks like she hasn't brushed it for months or years, but that's okay. You can tell the fish are the same, but I was like, screw it, I don't care at this point. So, but this is day 1 finished, and this is day 1 of me rambling done. And hopefully I will not have a script for the next few videos, but at least have a topic to talk about. I have a few ideas in my mind. So yeah, thank you for, I gotta move. Thank you for listening to me ramble about complete and utter shite. And yeah, so please come back, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I manage, if I don't manage to get a video done, something has happened and I don't have it done. But hopefully I get, even like I said, a sketch done. So yeah, please come back for mermaids, I guess, this whole month. You know, 31 days of mermaids. So yeah, did I thank you for watching? Well, if not, thank you for watching, and listen, please come back.